Welcome back to the 5th episode of Technical Analysis, everybody. In this video, we are going to take a look at the Bollinger Bands and try to understand the setups that we can follow on top of the Bollinger Bands. And that being said, if you enjoy this kind of content and if you are so far enjoying the Technical Analysis course, then make sure to drop a like, drop a follow, and let me know if you have any questions or anything that you want to share with me down in the comment section. That being said, why don't we straight up jump into it. All right, so first of all, we are going to take a look at the Bollinger Band. So I want to click on the indicators, click on and type in Bollinger Bands. All right, this top one over here, it is going to be just only the Bollinger Bands, and we're going to add this on top of our chart. Let's go to the settings. Let's remove this volume over here, and then let's click on the settings. So these are my settings, and I usually, like to use these with these two data points. So over here in the input section, we are going to leave it as this is over here. The standard deviation is 2, the length is 20, the source is close, and just click on style, and let's click on upper, and we're gonna make the upper one red a little bit. Let's make it a little bit thicker over there. Let's click here, click on a green color. Let's make it a little bit thicker too. And let's remove the background color over here, the opacity, so we can kind of see it better. Like this. All right, so what do we have over here? So first off, what this thing is telling us is this. If you put this into the monthly time scale, what you will see is this kind of action, right? So we are always at the upper resistance band over here, and this one is a support band. So let me put this on the Bitstamp chart, and what you will notice on top of this chart is that the bands are really like just increasing, right? And part of the reason why this tool is like kind of lets us know whether the trend is an uptrend or downtrend is because it follows the trend. And it sometimes squeezes if we go sideways, but if we are really volatile in one direction, the band really increases, as you can see over here. So obviously, I recommend anybody using this indicator to be at minimally maximum on the daily and minimum on the you may want to say like 15 minutes or like an hour time frame, right? Lower than that is like most like gambling. Or scalping kind of idea. So I would say for the longer time frame is like 4-hour or daily time frame is the perfect sweet spot for Bitcoin. And one thing that I would I want to say on top of this indicator is this. Let's take a look at this uptrend over here. Well, what do we see over here? There's a couple of things that we see. So the first thing that we see is there is a red line that we are following really closely. We are touching it, and now we are just like literally following it, it seems like, right? And the point of the matter is, when you use this indicator, here's the setup that you look for. And I found this thing to be really, valuable. And here's what I look for. First of all, if the uptrend is on, this is not where you want to sell, right? Because you know that we may go above it, but it can just like keep going above it, right? It can squeeze higher over here. But if you pay attention to like this chart over here, you would notice one thing. As long as we are above this line and closing above this line, everything is great. But by the time we close this line, right, below this band over here, like really, if you close in between this band, as you can see over here, then it's a sell signal. So what this tells us is this. Like this one as well was a sell signal as well on the daily time scale, if you take a look. Like we were above it, we closed below these levels, and then boom, we went down a little bit. But after that, we went above it again. We closed above it, we closed above it, we closed above it, we closed above it. And now we close below it, and the price goes down to these orange lines. As you can see, orange line support, and boom. Right, we go to the support line now. Because if we are in an uptrend, what you will notice is this. The orange line will most likely to be your buy location that you would want to be buying. Okay, not below the green, below the orange line. And above the red is usually where you are thinking about getting out. Okay, but in an uptrend, you want to wait for that move that is, you know, closing below the Bollinger Band. That's what I look for. And if you take a look, all these supports were like working out great, working out great. We didn't close below it. Boom, we close below it and we go to the green. We didn't close below the green. We didn't close below the green, then that's good. As long as we are not closing below the green, then the trend is still an uptrend, and those are the support locations. And as soon as we break above the orange with a W over here, what you see is an impulsive move towards the red. We are closing above the red, closing above the red, closing above the red, closing above the red. We didn't close above the red now over here, so and then we'll just keep doing the same thing. The orange, the support, we close below it, the green, and orange is the resistance again. We broke the orange, red. You know, that's the kind of idea. Like these levels, the way that I use them is usually the way that people like to look at it is this. If we are above the red, they just sell, right? By the time we go above this red, they sell. But if you can combine the fact that if we are above the red and then the next bar closes below it, then that's your sell signal. I think that's the best signal that I've found so far. And if you take a look at this chart over here, like for example this, we close below, we are still below it. Now we close inside. So this is your buy signal. This is your buy signal over here. We close below it, inside, this is your buy signal. This is your buy signal. And is this your buy signal? Yes. We are really tightening over here, as you can see. So clearly the target is going to be 36,000 if you take a look. But this is the way to use it. Like you can literally write up the momentum by just taking a look at these lines. And basically if the trend is a downtrend and if you are turning for the downside, usually this orange line is a sell signal. Orange line is a sell signal. If you break it for the upside, then the red is your sell signal. And now the orange line is your sell signal. So it's sitting around 36,600. If you can break above it, then it's going to be 36. And sometimes if you take a look, when we go sideways, just like this over here, right? When we go sideways, the ranges are really tightening. And by the time you break it for the upside, you see that impulsive move. Impulsive move. So just like I said, we can close above it, 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 still being above it, still being above it. And by the time we close below it, that's your get out signal. And usually that's when the trend like goes sideways. And then we test the orange, we test above it, we close below it, sell signal, support here, we close below the green signal, and then, you know, we went above, and this was the fake out move, I guess, and then boom, right? So of course, it's not going to be 100%, but usually it's a good idea to take a look at this indicator to, you know, if you enjoy it, then you can take a look at it. There's a, you know, really like ton of ways to trade any market. But it's one of those tools where you can try to recognize the momentum and find out their price location to write out the momentum for the upside or the downside. You know, it's good for the sideways too, but it's mostly used for like momentum setups. So if you are a momentum trader, it is usually going to work out really greatly for you to determine those locations and see where you're sitting at, whether it is a buy or sell location. And that's what I would say for this indicator. It's a really great indicator, and it has been, you know, proven to be really profitable. You just need to find out like what works for you, and if you enjoy using this tool, and if you can actually successfully obey your trading plan and your setup, and you can combine these Bollinger Bands for determining the momentum setups and the price locations. So it's one of those tools that I really enjoy. I sometimes use it when the trend is moving higher and higher and higher for me to cool my jets, and as well take a look at those shorter term swing trading opportunities. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section, and if you want to see more educational content like this or anything that you want to see when it comes to this kind of educational videos, let me know down in the comment section, and I will see you on another video. And let me know if you really enjoy it right down in the comment section, and I will see you on another video. Take it easy for now, everybody.